Hello everyone, good morning. Today is practice is 10 page of reading. If please you listen properly. If any mistake, please you commit and message because I want I'm improving basis of your commit, right? So because I want to improve communication and skills, and I want to speak continuously English. Someone in the speak front of me don't stand me, like so. I want self improving. Right. Chapter is very important. There was a moment of silence, a silence of dismay and bewilderment. Means घबराहट. Then the judges of the small and clear and boys took up the thread, and once and more we will now and proceed to next stage of the our inquiries. First, I will just add my own and the credential to the list, and he took a letter and from the pocket, and and toasted it on the table, and this purports to be and from and the old friends of the mine, the lady and the Constance, Clumington. I have not seen her for these some years, and she wanted to her she went to the east, and it is exactly the kind of vargues and incoherent, and the later she would and the right and the up the arguing and the me to enjoin her here, and referring to her and the host and the hostage in the vargist of terms, and the same the technique you will and the observe. I only I only and the mention it the because is agreed and with the other and the evidence the from and all the which and engage one the interesting and the point of the whoever it was, and the who and the interested us to hear, and that the person and the known and no on the has it taken the trouble to find and out of the good and deal about us all the here, and the however and the he may be and is the aware of my friends, the friendship and of the lady and the constance, and it the familiar and the with the her the epistolary and style, and he knows and something he knows, and the something the about the Dr. Armstrong and the colleague, and the there is the presenting and the where and the where the where boats and the he and the known and the nickname and the Mr. Maston and friends, Mr. Maston and friends, and the he kind, and the kind of the telegram that he sent, he know and the exactly the where and the Miss Berent and the watch was and took 2 year ago for her and the holidays, and the kind of the people and the she made and the there, and he knows all the about the journal and the Markathur and old Cronich, and he paused, and then Mala paused, and then he and said he knows and you see a good and a deal and good deal and out of the his and the knowledge and the concerning us, and the he has the made and the certain the definite and the accusation, and immediately a babel the broke out the general and the Markathur, and the shouted a pack of the dam and the lights and the cylinders, and Vera and the cried out, and it's the inequitous, and her and the breathe and the came and the fast and the Bicket and the Rogers said in the horriously, and I lie and they lie a Bicket and lie, and the we neighbor and the did, and the neither of the us and the Anthony the stone and the grow late and don't know what the demand and full was in the getting at, and upraised the hand of the Mr. Justice Vargu, and claimed and tumult, tumult, and he said the picking his and the world and with the care. I wish to say and this and our. I wish to say I wish to say this and our unknown and friends and accuses me of the murder of one the Edward and the Seton, and I remember Seton and perfectly and well, and he came me and before me and for the trial in June of the year and the 1930, and he was the charged with the murder of the elderly the woman, and he was in the very and the abeli and the dependent and the made of the good and the impression for of the jury, in the witness and the boxes and neighbor the nevertheless, and on the and evidence he was in the certainly and the guilty, and I summed and up the accordingly the jury and the brought in the verdict of the guilty, in the passing the sentence of the death. I concurred with the verdict, and the appeal and was the lodged on the ground of the misdirection, and the appeal was rejected, and the man and was in the duly and the execute mainly was the duly in the execute. And I wish to say and before you all that is that my conscience is perfectly the clear on the matter, and I did my and duty. I did my duty of the nothing and the more nothing. I did my duty and nothing nothing more. I passed and the sentence on the rightly the convicted and the moderate right. Armstrong and was the remembering, and now and the Sutton and the cases the verdict had the come as the great and surprise, and he had the meet in the Matthews and Casey on one of the days and of the trial, and dining at the restaurant, and Matthews had been and the confident had been of the confident, not a doubt of the verdict and acquittal and the practically certain, and then the afterward, and he had and the heard and commitment. Judge was in the dead and against the him, and turned the jury of the jury and the right the rounded the key and about the him is the guilty and quiet and the legal and through the old and the argues and the knows hitch and the saw, and it was the almost, and it was the almost, the through the he had a private and the down of the fellow, and all these the memories and the roasted and the through the doctor on the mind, and before the he collected and the consider and the wisdom of the question, and he had asked the implausibly did you know and sat on did you know sat on the at all the and the previous and to the cases, and I hooked reptilining eyes and the mate and the him reptilize the eyes and the mate him, and it is the clear and cold and the voice, judge and the voice judge and the said I knew and the nothing of the Saturn and the previous to the cases, and the Armstrongs and said to himself, the follow of the lining. I said the he is lining, the Bera and the Claythorn, and spoke in the trembling. No boys trembling and the boys right. It is I spoke the Claythorn and the spoke in the trembling of the boys. She said, and she said I did and like to tell, and I did like to tell and about that the child, the carry the cat Krill and the Harmilton I was and the necessary I was necessary and the governments and to him and he was the forbidden and the forbidden and to in the swing the out and the path the one day and the when was the attention and the was the distracted and he started up the I swan and the after him and I couldn't and get and there I couldn't get that there in I couldn't that there is a my time and it was in the awful and it was the awful it was the awful and but it wasn't in the my and the fault and at the inquest and the coroner and the exonerate and me and the hitch and the mother and he well, she was the so kind and if the even and the she didn't and the blame me and why should and the why and the should why should this in the awful and the things be said and it is not in the fair and not fair and the she broken down the weeping and the bitterly and General Marketur and the patted her the shoulder and he said and there my dear and there my dear and of course it is the not and true and the follows a madman in the madman in the got a bee in hitch and the bonnet and got hold on the got a hold of the wrong and the end of the stick all the around they stood erect squaring in the hitch and the shoulder and the he barked out and the best really to leave this and the sort of the things and the answered the however the feel I out to say and no true and no true the whatever the whatever in the what he and the said the about the air and the younger Arthur the Richmond and the Richmond was in one of the my officer I sent and the him of the reconnaissances and he said and killed it the natural courses of the event of the wartime the wish to say and the wish to say and the recent very and much recent and very much and slower on my wife and the best woman in the world the guys please you listen if any mistake if what should I improve please you suggest me it is important from the communication so I want very fast change the communication and knowledge and confidence and facilities please if you commit definitely can change within a month within a 2 month within a 1 year within a 2 year but maybe you watch my video you learn in the ground level how is bottom level how to how to improve without our investment without our supporting self if you anyway at home yeah anyway please you observe you improve look people do self and improve please like banta hai bhai please like subscribe thank you